Meet the Mathewsons. They're a dynasty of dealers.
It drives really well.
With a love of classics.
It's only condensation.
In Thornton-le-Dale, gateway to the North York Moors, they auction over 2,000 rare vehicles every year.
42,000, the red E-type, the stunning car.
All walks of life. The cars fetch people together.
I'm ecstatic.
Head of the family, Derek.
It's got to be the best job ever, isn't it? We're sort of living a dream.
Trusted lieutenants, sons Paul
Not everybody's cup of tea.
and Dave.
There's Dad's way. And there's Dad's way.
Keeping them all in check and dealing with the punters, Sarah.
Somebody could ring today with some fabulous vehicle that's been sat in a barn for 50 years. You have no clue.
It's the chase, it's finding it. So you get up every morning thinking, what am I going to find today?
This is a family's love affair with cars that have lived a life.
Someone's cherished a car and loved it, and I think it's just great. I think it's absolutely superb.
A passion that can be turned into brass. On sale this week.
1970 E-type, supercar.
It's got to be north of 50,000, isn't it? It's got to be.
100 grand.
1973 Hillman Avenger 1500 Super Estate. The feedback from visitors has been, oh, the colour's lovely. 1958 Austin A35 was my car.
My dad had one. He always used to boast he could drive all the way to London and halfway back before he filled it up with petrol again.
So I can't say to you, it's lovely, it's immaculate, because of course it's not. Are you still there?
It's 9 a.m. and there's another busy day ahead. Sarah is self-medicating. She's been waiting 2 months for Derek to complete a simple task.
Dates for next year.
Oh, God.
Deciding when future auctions should be.
Look at these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I reckon that's good, don't you?
That's this year's.
Well, same thing as next year,
Right,
isn't it?
okay.
The same dates.
So, next year's.
There you go.
Are you actually going to shut up and listen, or are you just going to speak the whole time? You can't just keep having 5 weeks. It doesn't fall right, does it? It's like pulling teeth.
Keeping Derek in line is not just Sarah's job. There's also a large group of volunteers who give up their spare time to help him out.
Jeff is a part-timer who's great, massive help, Jeff, or Bubbles as we call him.
Bubbles washes cars, but he has an encyclopedic knowledge of classic vehicles.
Is it a shilling a car then, Jeffrey? Shilling a car?
Really?
Wally doesn't just sell catalogues.
I went across to Switzerland where all the yodelers be. I went to learn to yodel with the yodel-yodel-yodel-lady.
Derek has an important task. Volunteer John Smith has recently passed away. He bought his collection of cars from Mathewsons. Now they must be auctioned again.
John, became a very, very good family friend. He loved the grandkids, he loved everyone. Everyone loved John. He was a credit to the movement, and wherever you went on any show field that John were there, he lit the place up.
John had built up a nice collection of cars over the years. But today, Paul is at his house near Bridlington to take them back to the garage.
Let's be honest, to be in this position I'm in today is common. It's just difficult when you know that person, isn't it? Did he? Don't want to scratch him.
And do we know what's in this garage?
No. We'll have a look. Ooh. Oh, look, Reed to the Fiesta. John would name them all. I don't know whether John named them all or other people did, but anyway, they all ended up with names. Not a lot wrong with that, is there? He always knew a good car, did John. He maybe didn't buy the best or the best model, but he knew a really good car, you know, good history, and as solid as a rock. And he would use them all the time, you know, weather permitting. He would jump in them and tootle off out in them, you know, all on the button. He'd lived to talk, or loved to talk. And he was very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable man. There's your first one on.
John's 1984 Fiesta Popular, with its 950 engine, was his fair weather car of choice, and the most ordinary of his collection.
The old Avenger estate in Grasshopper Green.
This one's called Auntie. Derek used to have one with that name and suggested it to John.
I can just remember it now. It looked a complete dog, but mechanically flawless. You know, it was great. And people would book their car in for a service and ask for Auntie just so they could take the edge clippings down the tip and things like that. Yeah, very rare. Because they were all used as vans. Just worked them to death.
More than ever, these cars deserve a good home in the future.
We hope it's somebody similar to John, you know, somebody who's going to use them and cherish them and keep them as they are, really. I would jump in any one and I'd drive them anywhere you like. You know, that's how John had his cars. He'd carry a little box of tools and a handful of spares, and he would always have his cars prepped so he didn't need anybody else. Yeah, he'd get himself out of trouble, yeah. As long as they go somewhere and just be looked after, mollycoddled, then that's exactly what he would have wanted.
2 down, 3 to go.
Right, let's have a little look, see what we've got. Ah, Wolsey. Is it 1660? 1660, yeah. I can't remember what he called this one.
Formed when tank builders Vickers decided to make cars, the Wolseley Tool and Motor Car Company was Britain's biggest car manufacturer after the Great War. They were sold to Morris, became part of BMC along with Austin, MG and Riley, and the term badge engineering was born. The same shape as the Austin Cambridge and Morris Oxford, the Wolseley 1660 was the top end of the BMC range. The handbrake was positioned on the driver's right, so you could have 3 passengers up front without any operational embarrassment. The 1660 lasted longer than its stablemates, now considered a forgotten hero. They may not be exciting, but they still have a loyal fan base.
Right, there's another shed here, which by my reckoning should have a baby Austin and Stanley. There you go. Baby Austin and Stanley. This was his first true classic. It was a scruffy little thing, and my father actually ran it around, and he managed to prize it off her father, and we painted it with John's help, and it's a cracking little car, you know, just lovely.
John's porcelain green A35, named after its 34 horsepower engine, rolled out of Longbridge in 1958. Paul's run out of space on his trailer, so Dave's arrived with a backup.
Homemade tax disc, you see it?
To pick up standard Stanley, the vanguard and last to leave. But he doesn't seem to want to go.
Well, that's a mystery, isn't it? I was going to prime the petrol up. If you were a bonnet catch, would you be round here? Maybe not.
Manually priming the carbs helps avoid flattening the battery on startup. But if you can't get to the engine, that's not an option.
I think this would have been maybe his last one he bought, I think.
A first-time start. Further proof, if anywhere needed, that these cars are in top condition. John's collection should fetch around 30 grand at the next auction, but for Paul, Derek and Dave, it won't be easy to say goodbye to them. Derek's grandson Jack is arriving for work in his new car, a 300 brake horsepower Ford Focus ST. Lucy and Sarah are impressed.
Oh, look at this.
Can we get that one, Sarah?
This is fantastic.
It's a 1973 Bond Bug, 29 brake horsepower.
Have you been bitten by the bug?
Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Yeah, I love it. Love it. I can't get out of it, but I love it. I'm not so keen on that though.
You actually would prefer to run around in that though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I prefer that.
You genuinely would go around in
10
that.
out of 10, that, every time. Over that.
Jack, when you got it, why did you decide to paint it bomb bug orange?
I don't know.
To be honest, mate, I wouldn't leave when it's dark tonight, because you might get in the wrong one.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially,
I'll have to-
I like these stripes.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, there we are. Get that stripe on it.
Maybe, you know, what, like, through there like that. It wants to be a bit longer, look.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
If you stand here, it's like, they sort of merge into the same car, don't they?
There's absolutely no difference, is
No
there?
difference. No.
When you drive past all them girls waiting at the bus stop in Fallsgrave,
We went down that ST, that thing, where Dagon and Banger, no one would take a second look at it, would they? Wouldn't bother about it at all. Millions of them about, common as muck. Go down in that little Bond and they'll all be, Jack, I'm here.
it's that one.
It is.
That's the one.
The wheels are nicer, headlights are good. Yeah.
The collection of cars owned by Derek's late friend John are now safe at the garage.
Everybody loved John. Super guy, character. And he used to come in the office here. He came round and I'd done a deal with him in that car. He just turned up with this big load of money in his pocket. And I said, no, I don't want to sell it. But he was just a bit persuasive. It weren't the money, it was just the way he was. He was just a lovely fella. And I thought, well, if it's going to go anywhere, you know, I'm not bothered. He can have it, and it might as well go to him.
There will be no reserves on any of his cars. The sale prices will be at Derek's discretion.
That's worth 7 or 8 grand of anybody's money. And if it don't do what it should do, it ain't going. Simple as that.
Auntie, the grasshopper green Avenger, is looking like it might be the star of the show.
The feedback from visitors has been, oh, the colour's lovely. It's so, what did Sarah call it? Cool, that was it, cool.
If you feel like gifting me a gift this weekend, that would be the gift to gift me.
That car has done more shows than any of his other vehicles, and probably more shows than most vehicles that I can think of and know. He's been everywhere showing that old car. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. So someone's going to have a lovely car there. Really lovely low mileage car. But they are with all his stuff. The Wolves is a lovely car, the 1660, go on forever. You know, can't break free, and it's a supercar, aren't they?
The auction will be a rare opportunity for bidders to pick up 5 near-perfect classics. But for his friend John, Derek will be keeping a close eye on the price.
Send a picture or two of the interior, and just make sure you take a picture of the wear on the driver's seat bolster.
Mathewsons have seen thousands of treasured cars go through the doors over the years. Many of their owners are lifelong enthusiasts, people like Nick Evans. His passion began when he was a trainee radar engineer in his 20s.
Found a TR4, spent an entire winter working in a coal barn with a friend of mine who did paint spraying, restored this car and then converted it to racing. This is back in the mid-80s. From then on, I got a TR4A, my father-in-law's Alfa Romeo. I've always had a love of cars. I couldn't move for them because I had the 2 Alphas, 2 TRs. So eventually I thought, no, this is crazy. So I let them all go. Then I felt like I was bereaved. No classic car to play with at the weekends. Nowhere to go and hide, whatever, or just play. So I bought this car. It's an E-Type Coupe 2+2 Series 2. 4.2 litre engine, triple SU carbs. This car is the least favourite of the range. The most favourite car obviously is the Series 1 open top, but those prices are ridiculous. There's no way I could ever afford one of them. So this one was affordable. You can get more luggage in it, it's more practical. So in actual fact it's ideal for what we wanted, to have a grand touring car.
Nick and his wife have certainly used the E-Type, with trips to events and race meetings all over Britain and abroad.
We've had some wonderful experiences with it. It's a case of, OK, been there, done that. I've had it for 14 years now. I've been to a lot of events. All I'd be doing now would be repeating the events. So I'm not bored with it, but I realise the fact I've had my fun out of it, and it's time now for somebody else to have their fun. It's easy to drive. Once it gets going, once you get on the open road, steering becomes very light. The sound of the engine, just everything, the whole aesthetics of it, it's lasted the test of time, and it's still a joy to drive.
Nick's heading to the garage so Derek can give it the once-over. Unfortunately, his journey has been tainted by British summer weather.
This is the only problem when driving in the rain. The rain goes everywhere. 3 weeks of polishing gone.
Right, clean up nice, that Jag, wasn't it? Elegant old car, aren't they? This is nice. It's a bit like an MGB GT with a sunroof, isn't it? A lot better than a Roadster.
Never been raced or rallied?
Remind me what
he said. You've got a cut-off switch in there.
Right, which one?
Where it says off.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that's your cut-off switch. And this is a kill switch for the ignition. It was more or less complete, apart from the interior and a few bits and pieces under the bonnet.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? I think the purchase price is the first thing, isn't it, really? They're a bit costly, aren't they, really? But
yeah.
I think they've steadied up a bit, Nick.
Yeah,
fair, haven't they? They went silly, didn't they? And
the coupes obviously are cheaper.
Yeah.
Most people are
they're buying something like this for 30 or 40 grand and trying to get 99,000 quid for it. I mean, it's ludicrous.
No,
you know,
that's
I've seen it all before.
That's verging on criminality in actual fact.
Well,
that's verging on, that's theft. Well, Derek's got it in the auction for between 35 and 45, so I'll be happy anywhere within that range.
Auction day has arrived.
Hello, Mathewsons.
The office is inundated with inquiries.
Hello.
Lots of last-minute people, always last-minute people registering to bid. I'll get it.
Because I can't say to you, it's lovely, it's immaculate, it's concours, it's beautifully been rebuilt and all that sort of thing, because of course it's not. Are you still there?
If they found it on the website, why could they not see the price on the website as well? Good morning, Mathewsons.
The cars that have been owned by family friend John Smith are once again going to auction.
It's nice that they've come back. We wouldn't want them to have gone anywhere else. That wouldn't have been good, would it?
They're all in mint condition, so it's not surprising there's been a lot of interest.
I do hope that all of his vehicles go to a really good home, actually. We'd rather buy them than they went cheaply to somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Austin A35, and it's an exceptional car. Just the actual finish of it, it's top notch.
My dad had one, and he always used to boast he could drive all the way to London and halfway back before he filled it up with petrol again.
I think the person must have loved it before, when you look at the condition of it now.
1958 Austin A35 was my car. We painted it 10 years ago, sold it to John. Shan't say no more. Start me on it. Everyone wants to buy it for 5,000, 5, 6,000, 6,000, £6,000 5, 6,500 on my left, 6,005, 6,6 behind you, 6,6 immediately behind you, 6,006. You want 7M? 6,600. Are you sure? 6,006. It's going then. 6,6. Thanks for your bidding.
Derek gets a good price for the baby Austin. Plus, new owner Graham Atkinson will be keeping it in Yorkshire.
It just looked a nice little car, and as far as I know, it came from somebody local over near where we are. So we have a big collection at Scarborough of cars and steam engines, and it will go into that collection.
Standard Vanguard, affectionately known as Stanley.
3 more of John's cars go in quick succession.
6,500.
The 1984 Fiesta 950.
2,100. 2-1, superb.
And the 1964 Wolseley 1660.
One of his favourite cars, one of his last purchases, as it happens.
Each time, Derek is checking that the price is what John would have been happy with.
Sold 5,800.
Last to go, the rarest car of the collection, Auntie.
Auntie's my favourite. I'd love to own Auntie.
In Thornton-le-Dale's Village Hall, Derek has managed good sale prices for 4 of the cars owned by his late friend John. The Avenger estate, known as Auntie, is the last one to be sold.
It's a lovely car, it really is. The condition's immaculate, absolutely. Everything about it, paintwork, interior, is unmarked, as if it's never been sat in. If the price is right, then I'll buy it.
But there's going to be competition, not least from dealer Mark Springett.
Mark, unusual colour.
Yeah, unusual car, mate, but when was the last time you saw an Avenger estate, let alone one with 33,000 miles?
Did your dad have one?
Probably. I'm too young to remember. But yeah, what a great car. What a great car. And yeah, you're just never going to see one again, are you? So, fantastic.
1973 Hillman Avenger 1500 Super Estate. There's never going to be another one. 33,000 miles. Bought it myself many, many years ago from the only family, the family that bought it from you, shall I say. So the only owners, and myself and John, we're the only ones who've ever owned it. Whereabouts going to be with it? Whereabouts? Come on. It's worth 3. All day long. 3,000 £, 3,000, 3,2, 3,004, 6, 3,6, 3,8, 4, 4,000, 4,000 there, 4,000 on my left, 4,000, 4,1, 4,2, 4,200, 4,2, 4,3, 4,300 up the back, 4,4, 4,4, 4,5 down the middle, 4,005, 6, 4,600, 4,006, selling, 4,600, 4,7, 4,7 down there, 4,8. Famous car, this one, 4,800. Are you all done? 4,8M.
Sold to M. Mark's in 1970s retro heaven.
It's 33,000 miles from you. It's bright green and it's an Avenger estate. I can't remember the last time I saw an Avenger estate, let alone one that's done 33,000 miles from you. So yeah, that by all is the most exciting buy today.
Total sale price for John's much-loved collection, £25,800. Even after a successful auction, Derek's still cracking the whip.
Proper valet in our day, nearly 2 days to clean a car to showroom condition. Proper showroom condition.
Sarah's task is to get the memorabilia in some sort of order.
It's obviously a Seddon Atkinson that's very close to somebody's heart because they've taken a photograph, they've had a canvas print made. They need to get out more, that's all I can say. I do really like these lovely original road signs. All that I worry about is that there's people driving around desperately looking for places that they can't find because someone has taken all the road signs down, obviously in some area of West Yorkshire.
The 1970 Jaguar E-Type 2+2 is now tucked up in the showroom. It's competed at events held in Goodwood and Croft and won races at Bowness. This sort of pedigree has caught the attention of the Derbyshire Jaguar Owners Club.
We're heading off to Whitby and we decided to make a stop off here just to see the cars in the showroom.
And obviously a love of Jaguar.
Obviously a love of Jaguar, yes. I'm on my third. Several people have got more than one. Some people have still got three all at the same time. Not me.
Hello.
Hello there, nice to see you.
It's just a wonderful car. It's the ride, it's the engine, it's the craftsmanship. We just love them.
Also in the showroom for them to eye up, a Mark II 3.8.
Very ladylike thing. It's green. I do like the green, but it's just quality. Imagining the comfort of the ride. I think I could probably see the front of the bonnet a bit better than I could with the E-Type.
From what I've read, they're a very nice car to look at, but not particularly nice to drive.
Perhaps try one of these days just to see.
Yeah, nice.
But they do look special.
Oh, yeah.
And that one does. What is it, Series 2?
Series 2, I think that one will be. I think it will be, yeah.
We had an E-Type and he sold it a year ago. I love the E-Type. Her name was Ruby. She was lovely. She never let us down, bless her heart.
I grew up with them, you see. I'm a 60s boy.
Whoa.
Oh, if I was 19 and had one of those.
You were somebody.
Absolutely.
But you're not.
I'm not. I'm not 19 and I didn't have one then, no. But I enjoyed it when I had it.
This E-Type has been looked after, but its history of amateur racing has introduced a note of caution.
It's a bit of a giveaway. Yeah. You wouldn't normally put tow on it unless you raced it. In fact, he's probably hill climbed it, hasn't he?
It has been. There's a sticker in the window at the back there. Yeah, it's good. Cars are there to be driven, I think, and enjoyed.
If you know about it and you're happy with it, that's fine. The problem comes if you don't know about it and you find out and the brakes are shot, the gearbox is gone, the clutch is non-existent, but if he's left the stickers in, then obviously he doesn't mind you knowing.
It's obviously an enthusiast car. You know, he's part of the drivers' club, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's enjoyed the car. And that's what Jags are all about. They're all about enjoyment, aren't they? You know. So that's good to see that the car's been bought to enjoy rather than as an investment.
Nice motor. Yeah. 100 grand.
No, I don't think you'll get it.
No.
I would guess you're probably nearer 70 on that. 75.
It's a toy, isn't it? You don't need an E-Type Jag, you just want an E-Type Jag. So if you're lucky enough to be able to afford one, that's what you do. Be interesting to see what they reach in the sale. I suppose it depends who really wants it on the day, doesn't it?
Thornton-le-Dale is an undeniably beautiful part of Yorkshire. But just recently, it's upped its game to another level. There's a horticultural prize at stake, and the villagers have got the bit between their teeth.
We thought we'd just do Village in Bloom, and then we decided that, well, we might as well go for Yorkshire in Bloom. Let's go for the full hog and see how it goes.
I think we've been doing about 12 hours a day for the last week.
This is our sensory garden.
They've really got themselves together and we're all really excited.
Nothing is spared to repaint. Sweeping is happening in unlikely places. And pondweed is a no-no.
Are you good at life-saving?
No.
With this level of community spirit going on, there's no escape for Derek. It would be rude not to contribute.
Go and take one for the firm. After a screwdriver, you've got to go around and screw a little plaque or something on one of the flower pots round there. I bet they're Phillips screws. I haven't got a Phillips screwdriver. Right.
Derek is entering unknown territory.
Wait for this bit here.
Gardening is not one of his strong points.
Hey up, mate. It's grand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice job, yeah. You know what sort of flowers they are?
Do you know what sort of flowers they are, Derek?
Petunias.
Well done.
Are they?
Yeah.
I was going to say geraniums when you said no, that was wrong. Aye, superb. Some other stuff in here. Look, some perennials, are they? Yeah, super thing. Coming on nicely, the village, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to, Derek. Yeah,
to get some more stuff up.
Just at the right time. Look at the hanging baskets. They're just coming out.
Derek's so impressed, he's decided to launch a campaign of his own.
Here, Sarah. We were talking in the pub last night. We've decided we're going to go for a lollipop lady outside the garage there on auction day. That's brilliant idea.
Do you mean me?
Yeah, yeah.
No, lollipop lady.
Don't you have to have a crossing for a lollipop lady?
No, you don't.
You don't?
No, you don't.
Anyway, what's wrong with having a lollipop man?
No, because they start arguing and
I
fighting.
think about 25 years old.
With a thong.
Danish.
Just a thong.
Buff. Blonde.
Here he is. What are you doing on Saturday the 17th, mate? And have you got a thong? This is the last screw going on our plaque for our planter that we've supported the Thornton Down in bloom. And we're very pleased to do so because the village looks fantastic. Would you like to take it the last way?
Oh,
Just
thank you.
take it in all the way there. There you go, that's it.
It's beautiful.
Super job,
Well
isn't it?
done to everybody.
Well pleased with that, yeah, lovely. And I'll tell you what, I'm pleased with the sighting. It's nice here, isn't it?
Thanks.
Because everyone walks past this, don't they? You know. Cheers with that, you're welcome.
It's auction day at Mathewsons. Visitors have flocked from far and wide to peruse a bewildering array of memorabilia.
Heat resisting John Bull, completely original. Been a look somewhere, real nice bit of stuff there.
Lamborghini, everybody would like a Lamborghini, so I can't afford a car, so we'll have a sign.
Saucy postcards.
It's caused quite a stir.
Absolutely.
What do you think of your grandma buying these?
I haven't really got an opinion. If she wants them, she can have them.
The main attraction today, though, is the 1970 E-Type 2+2 Coupe. Derek's put a reserve of $35,000 on it, but sale prices of these cars vary hugely.
Lovely old steering wheel, all the gauges, absolutely beautiful, isn't it? If it's not been restored, it's been really well kept. Yeah, car of dreams. It's got to be north of 50,000, isn't it? Easy, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Will you be buying this today?
No, I don't have the money. Not the most expensive or the prettiest one, but probably the most practical. It is a lovely car, Yeah, for very, very small passengers.
That could be 007 in this one. Hey? Beautiful, beautiful.
Someone who agrees with that is Nick Evans. But after owning this car for 14 years, it's time to say goodbye.
Been great. Thank you very much. We've had a lot of fun. I've spent an awful lot of time on my back, on my knees, underneath it, around it, fixing things, make sure that it's right, but it was worth it when it got on the road.
1970 E-Type, supercar, lovely ownership, lovely guy, enthusiast, speaks for itself. Jump in the car, he tells me, drive down to France, effortless. Lovely, lovely thing. Don't quote me on that, just in case you don't get there. The right year, the right model, whereabouts, come on, where? 30, 31, 31,000, 31, 32, 32,000, submitting it, 32, can't do it, 32 worth more, 32,000, 32 is the 3, 32,000, 33,000, your turn, 33,000, submitting it, 30, you'll see this on 34 on the phone, 34, out this side, you're out that side, 34, 35, Should have started here, let's be fair. 35, give everyone a chance. 35, 35 standing. 35, where are we? 35, I'm selling it. I am selling the E-Type at 35, unheard of in this day. 35, an absolute bargain. Good luck to you. 35,000, standing in the hall. 35,000 and going. 35, last time looking round, a bargain and good luck to you. 35,000 standing, last time looking round, 35,000. Absolute bargain, well done.
Graham Knights, the luckiest bidder of the day.
Hi, I bought number 55.
It's gone through.
No, about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Let me see where we're up to.
But it's not been entirely comfortable for previous owner Nick.
It's a bittersweet experience when you sell something you've had for so long, but I'm happy with the price. It's a sensible price. Some of the cars you see on people's forecourts are just absolutely ludicrous, and in classic car magazines. Hopefully the chap who's bought it is not going to go and try and sell it on for twice the price, but if he does, well, good luck to it. But I'm happy with what I got today, and I hope he'll be happy with the car.
So that's £37,700.
It's time for somebody else to have some fun with it now.
Will you be buying another vehicle?
No, not for the time being. No. My knees are shot. I've spent so many years grovelling under cars, and I bought this painting. Not for £35,000, but nonetheless, it's going to give me a lot of pleasure because every time I look at this painting, I'll remember the day I sold my E-Type.
New owner Graham's happy though. It's been a waiting game.
The right one's never around, and this just ticks all the boxes. So, yeah, I felt the deal was good. I think I would have gone to 40. It's absolutely straight and clean down both sides. It's a perfect example of the 4.2 E-Type. There weren't as many people bid as I thought. There was 2 or 3 sort of semi-interested, but it was just down to me and another guy at the end. And I very nearly missed it. I've been to hospital this morning, I've got this swollen lip, so I was quite lucky to get back in time before it came through the auction.
Having already bid farewell to the E-Type before the sale, Nick is still struggling with his goodbyes.
Here we are, this is it. The final goodbye to an old friend. We've had a lot of fun, Thank you very much, and cheerio.
In Sorby Bridge near Halifax, Graham Knox is particularly excited about his new acquisition.
Voila! There she is, in all her glory.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
As the responsible new owner of Stanley the Standard Vanguard, he likes to do some pre-flight checks before taking it for a spin.
Side, low beam, high beam, bogs. I am exceedingly happy with it. So I intend to keep all of this for a good while. I mean, it's only done, well, it's just reading 59,000 now, so it's not done a great deal of miles. There's not a lot to go wrong with them like today's cars. I mean, you lift that bonnet, all that's under there is a starter motor, dynamo, battery, block, and not a lot else really. So, you know, there's no electrics on it to go wrong with them. So it would be fairly cheap to put right anyway, as long as I do my bit. Try to look after it. Mechanic does his. There's no reason why I can't hang on to it for a good while. You know. Yes, so you know, I'm enjoying it at the moment.
Like boats, they say you should never rename a car. But since we last saw Stanley, he's had a change of gender.
This is a 1960 manufacture, and unfortunately we lost my mother in 1960. She was only 4 years old, so we decided to call it Elsie after Mum.
So, Elsie it is, and Graham loves her.
It takes me back to my childhood. It's just a pleasure to drive.
the E-Type 2+2 Coupe has been settling into its new home, and it's in good company. Owner Graham Knight is a bit of a collector.
So this is the third of my classic cars, 107 SL. It's completely original, 6-cylinder 2.8, straight six. And it's only done 64,000 miles from new. That's a bit of roof insulation there. Although there's thousands of these cars around, there's not many in that sort of condition. Derek, if you're watching, this is the one that I want you to come and value for me. This is the other Jaguar, more recent obviously, Series 3 XJ6. Again, completely original. It's never been repaired or welded. It's in beautiful condition. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
You're just a sucker for a bright red Jag.
Yes.
That said, Graham's got a little secret.
I shouldn't say this, but if I'm totally honest, I'm more of a Merc man than a Jag man, really. Looks speak for themselves. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's red with black interior and chrome wire wheels. You know, it's every boy's dream, really, isn't it? You know, it rattles and squeaks when a sheep jumps out in front of you. You know, it's a bit scary when you put your foot on the brakes and nothing happens for about 15 seconds. But it's more than made up for with that sound of that 4.2 pulling away in third gear without any faltering at all from a standing start is amazing. It really is wonderful. It's definitely a star, for sure. It's the investment side of it as well. You know, I'm not expecting to make a fortune on it, but I'm sure it can do better than if the money was in the bank. That's how I persuaded my wife, anyway.